Hello there. Once again, this is Anton from Anton Will Bay, and thank you for taking a few minutes to stop by the collection room and take a look at some cards with me today. Today I am looking at Lara Croft Tomb Raider card set, feature starring Angelina Jolie, and I know what everybody was thinking. The first time they saw Tomb Raider, they were thinking, where can I get the cards, right? Exactly. I can't wait to get the card set to this weird action movie type thing. I don't think anyone was actually thinking that. I think that's why this card set was so inexpensive and cheap to find. I don't think it was anything that anybody was super excited about, but you know what? I'm excited about it because it's weird and it's here. So the checklist shows 90 cards, and this is the full set, I believe. No, sometimes I'm very puzzled by what choices they make when selecting card sets. And I'm like, well, why did you make a card set of this property? And it looks to me like every single one of them has the same picture of Lara Croft on the back. Now I do have to say, I'm not wild about this movie, but the first 10 minutes of it are the best. That's like the best part of the whole movie, is the first 10 minutes. It's the only time she actually is wearing her traditional Lara Croft type outfit, shooting her traditional Lara Croft type guns, and it feels very much like the video game. The rest of the movie does not feel like the video game at all. It feels like a relative of a Fast and Furious type film, which is not entirely bad. I know many people who are crazy about those, but I don't think they made Fast and Furious cards, because I don't think it's a series that really translates to cards that well. I also feel like, as I flipped through these, or kind of just halfway flipped through them once, they didn't, in my opinion, use the strongest photos and scenes from the movie. Like, I feel like you could have done better photograph-wise. I've gotten plenty of card sets from films, and I feel like the cards that they chose, or the scenes that they chose and took photos of, a lot of times took better stock of what the film really looked like. And this really doesn't. Like, I feel like you could have used better photos, better stills, and conveyed what the film looked like a whole lot better and made it look a lot cooler. The film looks a little flat, awfully dark. And like I said, I've just seen it done better. And if like this, did we not just see this scene like 2 seconds ago? We have 3 photos from this scene, and they are almost identical. Here it is. It's just reversed. It's like the same photo, just reversed. So that's what I'm talking about. I feel like they could have done better. That said, I don't know if I'm a fan of or if I hate all of this scripting around the sides of each image, because it crowds every card and kind of puts it in the same, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like stuff from the WB would put out. Like this was like the Craft or the Charmed or the Buffy the Vampire Slayer card set with all the weird symbols that just etched the sides. And do we even remember this guy's name? Yes, meet Mr. Pims, your villain of the movie. See, I feel like they could have done better shots. These just don't feel like very good pictures. And like this whole scene, I feel like you could have gotten some much more sharper, dynamic shots out of them. I don't even remember that picture. See, this is a pretty good image, but it's also very blurry. That's a terrible image, but it's also blurry. Like, you catch what I'm saying. And you know, this is the scene where they broke into her house. That's a pretty good image. I mean, as far as like capturing the action sequence and capturing kind of how the film looks, that's pretty good. But some of these are just like, these are odd ways to take a picture and represent your film. Once again, we're using, okay, we have switched the photos on the back. They went from normal Laura to sad Laura to now like action Laura. And I believe this is the first appearance he makes in the card set. You know what? This scene was pretty good with the temple. I hope they have like, okay, so we got some decent photos of like the monkey guards and stuff like that. I wonder if they're going to be in action. Doesn't look like I see him yet. Okay, we're getting closer. Good villain card there. Are we not going to get the... Oh, we're not. So that tells me one thing. Because the giant multi-armed monster is not on a card, not doing its thing, tells me that these were probably earlier photo stills done before they had some of the amazing special effects added, which does change a lot and kind of makes me think, okay, maybe that's why these cards look so grainy. Because this is earlier still footage and not, that didn't happen then. And not the finished product film cards and stuff, which explains a lot. Because I feel like they would have had a lot better shots had they used some of those CGI monsters and creatures that they had. But this does seem to be a typical thing, is where you have cards made for a show before the movie is released, and you get things all out of order, and you get things all out of sync, and it's just not quite ready. Although that's a good shot. That's a very good shot. That weird boat truck thing that they used, which I loved. Also noticed most of these cards seem to be cinematic style instead of upright, which is a little odd. This does not appear in the film. Yeah, some of these just feel like set shots that are not the best. And we've changed rear photo again. And we don't get a very good shot of the big construct at the end, the sundial and all that stuff, which I think, you know, the solar system model, which I guess was probably CG, which is why they don't have still shots of it. Because I would think that that would be something you definitely want on a card. That's flashy. That would sell your card set. But they don't have it. Instead, we get SUVs, Laura's sports car, Laura's motorcycle, Simon. Really? A card for the headset? Laura's pistols. And they don't even tell you what model these are. These are Heckler and Koch 9mm. I had to actually look that up because I was interested in what her firearms were. And you just have looks like a character rundown. And what are these? Production shots behind the scenes. Yeah, so I mean, if they were taking these cards and putting them together while the film was being made, that it goes a lot to explain why you're not seeing a lot of the things that you probably should be seeing in a card set, like a giant multi-armed monster with swords and the big thing at the end. Anyway, all in all, it's not a great card set. It doesn't represent the film very well. The film is actually much better than the card set makes it look like. And that's where you go wrong, because your card set should be able to make your film look cooler than your film actually is. And if you can't do that, then I'd say your card set is pretty weak sauce. And that's where I would rank this one, is in the realm of weak sauce. Pretty good movie, not a very good card set for it. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's my story, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.